So, at first glance, this rock song, Smelling Like a Rose by Stone Temple Pilots, seemed to have provided a very good metaphor for this impression I gathered a while ago. And I pondered on here and there. And I decided, you know what, I didn't know the name of the band, and I didn't know the name of the song, so I was like, I gotta look this up, see what the actual lyrics are before I make a fool of myself. But that won't take much effort. Anyways, came across the lyrics, and it goes, I'm smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. And that gave so much more depth to this impression as a metaphor. And the metaphor that I wish to initially chase down and then color with the second half, I guess you would say, the last bit of that set of lyrics, is it's as if when somebody cares for you or sees potential in you, and I'm kind of branching this into like a bracket of love, like somebody loves you, it's as if they're giving you a rose, and even though the fragrance of that rose may not have yet rubbed off on you, it seems as though it will. And the rose is them loving you, and even if it's not shared with you, I guess there is a necessity to have some kind of representation that they love you, but it's as if the fragrance from that rose, when it rubs off on you, it's enabling you as the receiver of that to recognize that potential as well. Or maybe that represents that you're recognizing the potential as well, because you almost embody that feature of the rose, the smell, the fragrance. And in that lyric, smelling like a rose that somebody gave to me, I think that captures that impression very well. And then the second half of that lyric, where it says that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed, it's like those are quite two oppositional qualities right there, or events: birthday, deathbed. Yet it's kind of in line or relevant to a rebirth, and it being relevant to a rebirth, like, wow. Because it made me think of one just like an anecdotal experience, which I may delve into just as maybe to color this analogy a little bit better. And speaking from one experience and maybe how and why it came to affect my attention so much. But the birthday deathbed, so a rebirth. And it's as if when you recognize your potential, and like on a deep level, it seems that you shed a form of yourself in order to make room for a new form. And preferably that shedding is of bad qualities and the new form is good qualities. And I think when somebody looks at one's potential, commonly it's towards the good qualities that may come about. And when you recognize that potential via someone else's projection of love for you, it seems that it's planting a seed for a rebirth, and for the person that loves you, and I mean genuinely, not just as like an exercise or whatnot, or like, oh, you know, like, oh, this person fulfills a perfect role that's absent in my life, you know. No, I mean like someone like feels an emotional connection, or has an emotional connection, and that's expressed in feelings, I guess you could say. It's the grounds or the soil for transformation in the person they care for, and the person that's cared for is being granted that seed or that soil. Differentiating there, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought through too much on that aspect. At least if I have, it's not present here now. But as I understand it, that seems to be a fantastic metaphor for it, smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. But yes, I probably won't share that anecdote. Maybe down the line in these chronicles of monologues, I might return to that for something that captures maybe a more in-depth theory of reality, I guess you could say.